Hi everyone, CeeChronicles here. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you're here for the first time, this channel consists of mostly fragrance reviews, fashion and lifestyle videos, as well as some story times. Now, if that sounds like something that ticks your boxes, please do consider joining the family by subscribing. I also want to acknowledge my returning subscribers. Thank you guys for always supporting this channel by coming back. You are appreciated. Do give me a follow on Instagram. I go by the name CeeChronicles there. Now, I have decided to put together a series starting from this one, which is going to be part 1, and if you like series. Why I came about this particular video idea is I have compilation videos. Okay, I have dupe compilation videos where I feature a fragrance house and what they've duped and the like, but I often get comments or questions, people asking about particular fragrances. So I did one video that is similar to this a while ago, but it wasn't part of this series. I did a Dior Sauvage dupe compilation list, and I think I featured about 38 or 40 of the Dior Sauvage dupes. So this series is going to be in line with that. I'm going to be picking a popular fragrance, grouping the number of dupes or inspirations in the market for that particular fragrance, just for ease of reference and to save you from buying the same fragrance twice. So today, the first one I'm going to feature is going to be Roses Vanille by Mancera. I've managed to compile 20 for ease of reference. It's important to note that if you're not interested in these kind of, dupes or whatever, by all means, go ahead and buy the original fragrance. This is not to try and rubbish somebody's work, but it is evident that in the perfume industry, there's a lot of replication going on. So, I just felt I should do a video. So Roses Vanille is your fragrance from Mancera. It is a sweet, woodsy, powdery kind of rose and vanilla fragrance. And it has a touch of citrus at the top, and it has metallic undertones. Okay, very sophisticated, classy fragrance. One of my favorite, actually. The first alternative that I'm going to give you out there, it might not be very popular, but is from Novelista. There is a company called Novelista. They have a fragrance called Rouge Prive. That particular fragrance is your alternative for Roses Vanille. It is your softer version, a more citrusy, and a less coffee kind of version, but it does interpret to the same DNA as Mancera's Roses Vanille. The next one, which is number 2, is going to be the very obvious one, which is from Zara. We all know that Zara is a dupe company, although they have never gone out to state that. We do know that Zara's perfumes, most of them are inspirations, and Zara's Rose Gourmand happens to be inspired by Roses Vanille. So if you're looking for an affordable, decent lasting power Zara fragrance, you may want to try Rose Gourmand. I sprayed that one in a Zara store. It stayed on me for about 6 hours. I didn't purchase it because I didn't need it. I didn't need another Roses Vanille dupe, so I didn't purchase. Number 3 is going to be Swiss Arabian. Now I'm going to point out that Swiss Arabia actually have 3 dupes of Mancera's Roses Vanille. This is another reason why I'm doing this particular video, because some of the Middle Eastern companies dupe a fragrance and then they dupe their own dupe. I don't know why, but Swiss Arabian Florence is inspired by Roses Vanille. It is your fizzy, juicy, citrusy, top-infused fragrance with your vanilla and praline, and of course the rose and the woods. It interprets to a very good Roses Vanille dupe, but they went again on to create another one called Crystal Rose, and that also smells similar to Florence by Swiss Arabian and Crystal Rose by Swiss Arabian. Those 2 fragrances are going to give you that DNA of Mancera's Roses Vanille. Number 5 is going to be from Avon. People have a sort of like a mental shortcut when a company is making fragrances in the numbers and selling them for cheap, which is what Avon does. And I know that, as a person who's used Avon before, most of their fragrances had performance issues. I don't know about now. Avon, believe it or not, have got a Roses Vanille dupe, which is called First Date of Turkish Rose. Now, if you smelled that one, you probably know that it is inspired by that. That was our number 5. Number 6 is going to be from Ard Al Zafarin. Okay, and I did feature this in a dupe compilation list where I put it side by side with Mancera's Roses Vanille. If you're familiar with Ard Al Zafarin, they're also a Middle Eastern company and they do perfumes. They have one called Tif Al Hab. Tif Al Hab is one of the closest alternatives out there, and it has a decent lasting power. Number 7 is going to be Latafa Ajwad. I used to own Latafa Ajwad and I had to let it go. The reason why I did was it was very pungent for me. In true Latafa style, they went on to add some spices on Latafa Ajwad. So if you've used Latafa Ajwad, you will know that it is very spicy. It has a lot going on, quite stuffy, also a bit more on the powdery side. I had to let go of mine because I wanted a fragrance that I could wear and enjoy all the time, and I didn't have that with Latafa Ajwad. I only could enjoy that fragrance in winter. So it is your spicy infused, Roses Vanille. You will get the Roses Vanille DNA. If you say you don't, that is because maybe your nose can't get past the spices. The next one that has the Roses Vanille DNA is Al Herein. Al Herein Tanasak perfume. The only thing that I have to highlight is, if you know Middle Eastern fragrances, you will know that Al Herein prices are not very on the affordable side. If you can get it cheaper, then good for you. But Al Herein actually is they also dupe fragrances, but they happen to have, like high quality fragrance. That is your coffeed up version of Roses Vanille. And I'm talking about Al Herein Tanasak. So if you can get that in oil form, or you can get that in perfume alcohol form, whichever, you can get it in a spray perfume or you can get it in oil. It's going to be your Mancera Roses Vanille inspiration. Next one, which is number 9, is going to be White Oud perfumes. I featured a video of this White Oud perfumes Fayrouz, and I did say that one was inspired by Roses Vanille. It has a very citrusy top, very blue-like in nature, citrusy top, but it does translate to roses. Next up is not going to be new to a lot of people. I have raved about this one last year and a bit of this year, Maison Alhambra Musk Vanilla. That one, the Musk Vanille from Maison Alhambra, unfortunately is going to be your weaker version of Roses Vanille. It's going to give you 3 to 4 hours, but if you're looking for something that smells like that for a very, very affordable price, I think I bought mine for $12 or $13. You can try Maison Alhambra's Musk Vanille. I actually have backups of this fragrance. 11 is going to be your Paris Corner Emir collection. Okay, I have featured the Emir collection, and I did mention that Paris Corner seemed to have amped up the performance and the quality of their fragrance through this Emir line. If you've tried the Emir collection fragrances, you will know that they're very, very different from lines like North Stage or Pandora, which also belongs to Paris Corner. Emir collection seems to be like the creme de la creme of Paris Corner. They have a fragrance called Vanilla and Roses. So if you're looking for an alternative for Musk Vanille, for Roses Vanille, you may want to try that one. However, I do have to point out that it's not very much on the cheap side. So you may want to weigh whether you want an alternative, because Roses Vanille itself is not a very expensive fragrance. But I'm just saying, when it comes to these dupes and alternatives, you may want to weigh whether it's actually worth buying the dupe, because Emir collection, which is vanilla and roses, is $40, and I think the actual Roses Vanille is maybe $70, $80. I don't know. Okay, so I just had to put it out. Next up is Fragrance World. Fragrance World has got a fragrance called Rose Seduction Femme that is going to be, again, your dupe for Roses Vanille. I have another one from Latafa Pride Lada. Latafa Pride Lada is also inspired by Roses Vanille. So you can see how all these companies seem to be copying. They all want to have a piece of the cake, in any of the fragrances that are actually making a name out there. So this is the reason why I just thought to bring 20 of them here for you so that you can make a choice. Nora Sense, again, by Paris Corner, has a fragrance where they didn't bother tweaking anything. They just copied the bottle, they copied the name, they called that particular fragrance Pandora Sense Roses Vanilla. 17 is going to be Louis Varel Extreme Rose. Some of the fragrances that I'm about to talk about now are on the pricey side, but I just had to bring them here as well, so that if you are a person that's just looking, or maybe you love fragrance shopping, you don't end up buying one fragrance that's actually very expensive, but that is inspired by Mancera's Roses Vanille. So Louis Varel, if the S is not silent, Extreme Rose is also inspired by Roses Vanille. 18, Tiziana Terenzi, believe it or not. Tiziana Terenzi's Deluxe smells similar to Mancera's Roses Vanille. Last but not least is going to be House of Oud. That's why I said some of them are going to be on the expensive side. So you don't want to end up buying a fragrance for a lot of money that costs, or you could have just bought the original or something like that. House of Oud Grape Pearls, okay, does have wafts of Roses Vanille by Mancera. So I would say it's also within the same fragrance family. Now, that was it, guys. 20 fragrances that are inspired by Roses Vanille from Mancera. I am going to bring more in this series. This is just part one, so that you don't end up with the same fragrance twice, or you just, if you just wanted to know which is which, then it just helps you. And I will do the work so that you don't have to. So there you have it, guys. 20 Roses Vanille dupes you need to know of. These might save you money if you want to save your coins. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section where we discuss more about fragrances. I know I may have missed a couple of fragrances. There's Federico Mahora. They also do inspirations. There is Dossier, but those are going to come in future videos. I just wanted to make sure that this video doesn't go out of hand. So for all the Mancera Roses Vanille lovers, there you have it. Turn on post notifications. That way you will be notified anytime I upload a video. CeeChronicles here, and remember, smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.